Never afraid of death, afraid of an unlived life, said Natalie Babbitt in her book, Tuck Everlasting. Ever imagine standing on the edge of a cliff with the vast unknown stretching out before you? It's in that moment of uncertainty that boldness becomes your wings. Like a fearless eagle soaring into the wind, boldness allows you to rise above hesitation, transforming what was once daunting into a path of possibility. It's the courage to leap, knowing that in the air, you'll find your true direction. Imagine you are sitting alone in your last years, reflecting on a life that filled with what-ifs and missed chances. Without boldness, that's where you will find yourself, haunted by the opportunities you never seized, the dreams you let slip away. Boldness is the difference between a life of quiet regret and one of fulfilled potential. It's the courage to chase what could be instead of settling for what is. This is the 28th law in Robert Greene's astonishing work, 48 Laws of Power. Without further delay, let's start this video. Chapter 1. Boldness. Boldness is the catalyst that transforms intention into action. It is the force that cuts through hesitation and fear, propelling us forward with purpose and determination. In a world filled with uncertainty, those who step boldly into action often find themselves in positions of influence and power. They command attention, respect, and opportunities that the timid can only dream of. The Stoics understood that action is the embodiment of our will. They believed that to live virtuously, one must act decisively and in alignment with reason. Boldness, in this context, is not about recklessness, but about having the courage to act in the face of fear and doubt. It is the expression of inner strength and conviction, the ability to move forward, even when the outcome is uncertain. Research in psychology, such as the work of Albert Bandura on self-efficacy in 1977, shows that belief in one's ability to succeed is a key factor in taking bold action. Bandura's studies revealed that people who believe in their capacity to achieve goals are more likely to take risks and pursue challenges with confidence. This boldness not only leads to personal growth, but also attracts others who admire and are inspired by such decisive actions. To harness the power of boldness, we must first cultivate a mindset of confidence and resilience. This begins with a clear understanding of our goals and values. When we know what we stand for and what we seek to achieve, it becomes easier to act with conviction. Boldness is not just about taking action. It's about taking the right action, one that aligns with our principles and drives us closer to our objectives. In practice, entering action with boldness means committing fully to our decisions. It means rejecting half measures and embracing the risks that come with pursuing our goals. Timidity, on the other hand, invites hesitation, which can lead to missed opportunities and stagnation. The bold person moves forward, while the timid remains stuck in the mire of indecision. As we act boldly, we build momentum. Each decisive step reinforces our confidence and solidifies our path. Others take notice, and the world begins to respond to our energy and intent. This is the essence of power, the ability to influence outcomes through the strength of our actions and the clarity of our purpose. As we continue, we will delve deeper into the practical aspects of cultivating and applying boldness in our lives, ensuring that we not only act, but act with purpose and power. Chapter 2. Overcoming fear and hesitation. Fear is the great paralyzer, the force that keeps us from realizing our full potential. It whispers doubts into our minds, convincing us that the risks are too high, that failure is inevitable. But fear is an illusion, a shadow that grows larger the more we allow it to linger. To enter action with boldness, we must first conquer the fear that holds us back. The Stoics believed that fear is a product of our thoughts, not of the world itself. They taught that by controlling our minds, we can control our reactions to fear. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, reminded us that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This means that the very obstacles that cause us fear can become the path to our growth. Psychological studies, such as the work of Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky on loss aversion in 1979, revealed that people often fear losses more than they value gains. This bias can lead to inaction, as the potential for loss seems more significant than the potential for success. However, recognizing this bias allows us to reframe our thinking. Instead of focusing on what we might lose, we should consider what we stand to gain by acting boldly. Overcoming fear begins with small steps. Each time we push past hesitation and take action, we diminish the power of fear. It's a gradual process, but with each act of courage, our confidence grows and fear loses its grip on us. This doesn't mean that fear will disappear entirely, but it will no longer dictate our choices. To act boldly, we must also develop the ability to tolerate uncertainty. The future is never guaranteed, and bold action often involves stepping into the unknown. Embracing this uncertainty is crucial. Instead of fearing what might happen, we should focus on what we can control: our actions, our decisions, and our mindset. This shift in focus empowers us to act with conviction, even when the outcome is unclear. Another powerful tool in overcoming fear is visualization. By vividly imagining the success of our bold actions, we can reduce the anxiety associated with taking risks. Visualization helps us see beyond the immediate fear to the potential rewards, making the bold path more appealing and attainable. By understanding the nature of fear and actively working to diminish its influence, we prepare ourselves to act with boldness. In the next chapter, we'll discuss how to channel this boldness into decisive, impactful actions that lead to success. Chapter 3. Channeling boldness into decisive action. Boldness without direction can lead to chaos, but when channeled into decisive action, it becomes a powerful tool for achieving our goals. To truly harness the power of boldness, we must learn to focus our energy and act with clear intent. It is not enough to simply act. We must act with purpose, aligning our boldness with our values and objectives. The Stoics taught that reason should guide all actions. They believed that true courage comes from the ability to act rationally, even in the face of fear or uncertainty. When we channel boldness through the lens of reason, we ensure that our actions are not just impulsive, but deliberate and effective. This combination of boldness and wisdom is what leads to true power and influence. In practice, this means taking the time to define our goals clearly before acting. Boldness should be directed towards specific outcomes, not scattered across multiple conflicting desires. By setting clear, achievable objectives, we give our bold actions a target, making them more likely to succeed. One psychological insight that supports this approach is the concept of implementation intentions, studied by Peter Gollwitzer in the 1990s. Gollwitzer's research showed that people are more likely to follow through on their goals if they plan out specific actions in advance. By deciding when, where, and how we will act boldly, we create a mental roadmap that guides our actions and reduces the likelihood of hesitation. Moreover, decisive action requires commitment. Once we have identified our goals and planned our approach, we must commit fully to the path we've chosen. Half-hearted efforts rarely lead to success. Boldness demands that we throw ourselves completely into our endeavors, trusting in our abilities and the soundness of our plan. This commitment also means being willing to take risks and accept the possibility of failure. Not every bold action will lead to immediate success, but each attempt brings us closer to our goal. The Stoics viewed failure as a teacher, not an enemy. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to adjust our strategy, and to grow stronger. To channel boldness into decisive action, we must also be prepared to act swiftly. Opportunities often appear and disappear in the blink of an eye. Those who hesitate are left behind, while those who act boldly seize the moment and reap the rewards. This requires a readiness to act, a state of constant preparedness that allows us to move quickly when the time is right. By planning, committing, and acting decisively, we ensure that our boldness leads to tangible success. In the following chapter, we'll explore how to maintain boldness over time and how to use it to build lasting influence. Just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this video, please consider like and subscribe, and thanks a lot if you did already. Moving on. Chapter 4. Sustaining boldness in the face of adversity. Boldness is not a one-time effort. It must be sustained, especially when faced with adversity. The true test of boldness is not in initial action, but in persistence. Challenges will inevitably arise, and how we respond to these obstacles determines whether our boldness will lead to long-term success or falter in the face of difficulty. The Stoics believed that adversity is an opportunity to cultivate inner strength. Let's remember once again what Marcus Aurelius said: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the obstacles we encounter are not barriers, but stepping stones that can propel us forward if we face them with courage and determination. To sustain boldness, we must develop resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship. It's about adapting, learning, and using adversity to our advantage. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to refine our strategies, strengthen our resolve, and grow more confident in our abilities. Psychologist Angela Duckworth's research on grit, published in 2007, highlights the importance of perseverance in achieving long-term goals. Duckworth found that individuals who display grit, defined as passion and sustained persistence, are more likely to succeed than those who rely solely on talent or intelligence. Boldness, when combined with grit, becomes an unstoppable force that drives us to achieve our goals, despite the odds. Maintaining boldness also requires a clear and unwavering focus on our ultimate objective. When faced with difficulties, it's easy to lose sight of our goals and become discouraged. However, by keeping our eyes fixed on the end result, we can maintain the motivation needed to push through tough times. This focus acts as a guiding light, helping us navigate through the darkest moments and emerge stronger on the other side. Another key to sustaining boldness is self-care. Boldness requires energy and mental clarity, both of which can be depleted by stress and fatigue. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining a balanced mind and body, recognizing that true strength comes from within. By taking care of our physical and mental well-being, we ensure that we have the stamina to continue acting boldly over the long term. Finally, sustaining boldness involves surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who share our vision and values. A strong support network can provide encouragement, advice, and perspective when we face challenges. These allies help us stay on course, reminding us of our strengths and reinforcing our commitment to bold action. In this chapter, we've explored the importance of sustaining boldness in the face of adversity. By developing resilience, maintaining focus, and nurturing our well-being, we ensure that our bold actions are not fleeting, but enduring. In the final chapter, we'll discuss how sustained boldness can be used to build lasting influence and leave a legacy. Chapter 5. Influence over others. Boldness, when sustained over time, transforms from a mere trait into a powerful tool for building lasting influence. Those who consistently act with courage and decisiveness carve out a legacy that endures, inspiring others and shaping the world around them. But to achieve this, boldness must be more than just a series of isolated actions. It must become a defining characteristic of our approach to life. The Stoics believed that a life well lived is one of purpose and virtue, where actions align with a higher cause. Boldness, in this context, becomes a vehicle for achieving not only personal success, but also for contributing to the greater good. When our bold actions are rooted in strong values, they resonate with others, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate sphere of influence. Building lasting influence through boldness involves consistently demonstrating integrity, vision, and commitment. People are drawn to those who are unafraid to stand by their principles, even in the face of opposition. By acting boldly and with purpose, we not only achieve our goals, but also inspire others to do the same. This is the essence of leadership, guiding others through example, not by command. Psychologist Robert Cialdini's work on influence, particularly his principle of consistency, highlights how people are more likely to follow those who act consistently with their stated beliefs and values. Cialdini's research suggests that when we repeatedly demonstrate boldness in line with our principles, we build credibility and trust, making others more likely to support and follow our lead. Moreover, boldness allows us to seize opportunities that others might overlook. When we consistently act with courage, we position ourselves as pioneers, willing to explore new paths and take risks that lead to innovation and progress. This willingness to step into the unknown sets us apart and establishes us as influential figures in our fields or communities. Another aspect of building lasting influence is the ability to inspire and empower others to act boldly themselves. True influence is not about controlling others, but about encouraging them to find their own courage and take decisive action. By fostering an environment where boldness is valued and encouraged, we create a culture of empowerment, where people are motivated to contribute their best efforts toward shared goals. As we reflect on the journey of boldness, it's clear that this trait is not just about achieving short-term success. It's about building a legacy that endures. By acting with purpose, maintaining our integrity, and inspiring others, we use boldness as a tool to shape the future and leave a lasting impact on the world.